With the second pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Chase Young, defensive end, Ohio State.
But you know, as they say, hail to the Redskins. Let's roll, man. Let's go.
Got one more super chat. This is from Giovanni again. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Giovanni Diamond. Greatly appreciate you. Giovanni writes, Louie, did you hear Jeff Bezos could be the next owner of the Washington football team? Also, do you feel he would be a good owner for us? So we've all heard that he was interested in owning an NFL franchise. It's not going to happen. He's not going to own this team because, again, Daniel Snyder owns, and Tanya Snyder, and their daughter owns 60% of the Washington Redskins or Washington football team. So at the end of the day, they're the majority owners. No one can come in and own more than Daniel Snyder because he owns more than 51%. Or 51%. Really, all you have to own is 50.1% of the company, and you are the majority owner. But he owns 60. He, his wife, and his daughter own 60. So, no, Jeff Bezos could buy the other 40%. He still can't do anything about Daniel Snyder. He still would be a silent partner, essentially, because Daniel Snyder would still be making the bulk of the decisions because he owns the vast majority of the team. So from that standpoint, you're not going to see a guy like Jeff Bezos come in here. But make no mistake about it. This is the interesting part, and I'm glad you brought this up. Everyone just assumes that if we get Daniel Snyder the hell out of here, the next guy's going to come in here and he's going to be great, like Tony the Tiger. Not exactly. That's not how this works, okay? You know, it's like that old Hertz commercial. Hey, man, is that a Denali? Not exactly. Hey, do you guys come and do front door service? Not exactly. All right. Are you Hertz? hey, not exactly. All right. Just because you get rid of Daniel Snyder and somebody else comes in here doesn't mean that they're going to be this 5-star NFL owner. He could be just as bad as Daniel Snyder. Now, I don't think we could get any worse. And that's why we say, look, we can't do any worse than Daniel Snyder. That's true. You can't do any worse because I can't imagine an NFL owner coming in and doing any worse than Daniel Snyder has. I could see someone equaling what Daniel Snyder, but the floor is Daniel Snyder. So I can't imagine anyone coming in here and doing any worse. You'd have to literally dig up cement to do worse than Daniel Snyder. And I don't see anybody doing it. But just because you get a new owner doesn't mean you're going to have, success automatically. Jeff Bezos, everything he seems to touch turns to gold, but that doesn't mean he's going to come in here, touch this NFL franchise, and it's going to turn to gold. But also, Jeff Bezos, a lot of people, I've heard this. I don't know Jeff Bezos. I don't know enough about him to speak on this. But I've heard a lot of people, and I've talked, you either respect Jeff Bezos, which most people do because of his success, or you say, look, this guy's a jerk. He's an ass, and he may be an ass. But if you're winning and you're an ass, we'll excuse the ass portion of the discussion if you're getting wins. Like, people, we love talking about yesteryear with the Redskins and Jack Kent Cooke. Jack Kent Cooke was an ass. He was, but he won. So we were like, hey, he's our ass. He was a mean old curmudgeon, was Jack Kent Cooke. But he won, and he won big. So we excused all of his nonsense. He almost wanted to fire Joe Gibbs after the 0-6 start. Like, let's not act as if, these NFL owners are all good guys, because they're not. I'm hearing players come out and say, this organization is racist. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be really blunt with you. Probably 24 of the 32 NFL franchises, the people running the show, the guys in the front office, the ownership groups, are probably racist in 24 of we remember the comment that the Titans, the Texans former owner Bob McNair, God rest his soul, made. We remember him talking about inmates running the asylum. Like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? Like, again, I said all of that to say this. There's no guarantee if Jeff Bezos took over that he'd be a great owner. All right. But as I said a million times, and I think a lot of people would echo this sentiment. I don't like speaking for you guys out there, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would like to find the hell out. Okay? A lot of us would like to find out how good of an owner someone else would be, not named Daniel Snyder for this organization. But that being said, we're not going to find out because Daniel Snyder isn't going anywhere. So, for what it's worth. But do I think Bezos would be a good owner? I'd like to find out. I don't know what kind of acumen sports-wise he has. I know he's business-wise, he's got a hell of a business acumen. I don't know what he has in terms of sports. What I've seen from him, what he's done at the Washington Post is he's hired smart people and gotten the hell out of the way. At Amazon, he's got great people and he's got his thumbprints all over Amazon, but rightfully so. That's his lane. So he should have his fingerprints all over that. But the Washington Post, that's not his lane. So what did he do? Hire smart people that know what the hell they're doing. Get out of the way. All right? If he were to come in here and do that, that's all we want. That's all we want from Daniel Snyder. Hire smart people that know what they're doing. Get the hell out of the way. Have you read what Scott McCloughan said? Hey, look. This is from Scott McCloughan. I've worked with 4 NFL owners. He said, I worked, in Green Bay. They don't have an actual owner. It's owned by the public, but worked for Green Bay. Great people in that front office. I worked for Seattle. We know about the Seattle Seahawks. Paul Allen, God rest his soul, and all of those guys. Great organization there. He said, I worked for the San Francisco, the Bartolo family, obviously Jed York and company. Great situation there. And I worked for the Redskins and Daniel Snyder. And he said, of the 4 organizations I worked for, Snyder was the best. That came from Scott McCloughan. Snyder was the best. All he wants to do is win. That didn't come from my mouth. That came from Scott McCloughan's mouth. So if Dan truly wants to win, hire the right people. Get the hell out of the way. That's it. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. You really want to win as bad as you say you do? Hire the right people. Get the hell out of the way. Simple. Anyhow, thank you for the super chat. And doubling up, Giovanni Diamond.